Hand it to me, I order Lucas. He flinches, and immediately I feel terrible, even though I'm a maiden of the Aerie and Lucas is just a boundary companion, making it within my rights to speak to him in whatever manner I see fit. I'm never so harsh with my friend. The hunger for my brother's words has made me cruel, but that's no excuse. I'm sorry, I whisper. Lucas passes me the book, but doesn't respond to my apology. I'm not surprised. He told me once that the boundary people never discuss regret. They offer tokens to the people they've hurt. Instead, as if he can read my thoughts, he answers the question I'm thinking but didn't ask yet. I just found the journal tonight, Eva. Where was it? Since Eamon died, I've wondered what happened to the little book where he recorded all of his strategies for the testing and all Lucas's instructions. I've searched for it in all our secret places, but figured that he must have lost it on the ring. In the floorboards under his bed. Odd. I didn't know that Eamon stored things there. Clearly, there were some things he kept for his eyes only. I palm the little book. Part of me wants to rip it open and gobble up my brother's words. And part of me wants to savor his last thoughts. I split the difference. Slowly, I crack it open to a random page and gaze at the familiar handwriting without absorbing. Have you read it? I ask Lucas. It's in Latin. Oh, that's right. I almost forgot that Lucas can't read Latin. He can outsmart nearly any Aerie dweller in the ways of survival, but his knowledge has limits. The only Latin words boundary people are permitted to know are those spoken aloud in the Aerie. The Lex forbids teaching them to read our written language. I don't like to be reminded that Lucas has any shortcomings. Will you read it to me? He asks. Of course, I say yes. Lucas never asks me for anything. I start with the first entry. It's not dated, but from the very first line, I know exactly when Eamon began to write. Today I made the commitment. I've been talking about this day since I was 4 years old. At least that's what Eva tells me. But it was weird to actually write my name in the testing book and place it before the Lexers and Basilicons, to say nothing of putting it before Father, the chief archon. Father always insisted that his role as chief was fleeting, as it should be, like time itself. He made me focus on what was important, not my privileged place in New North. Archaeology classes, so I can properly excavate the artifacts from the ice. History classes, so I can identify the relics I find. Science and basilica classes, so I can understand how the relics led to the healing. And all this survival training with Lucas. But somehow, the testing seems to have come too soon. Will I ever be ready? Can I do what Father did? Should I even be a Testor? I look up from the journal. I didn't know Eamon felt that way. He never mentioned feeling unsure to me. Did he ever say anything like that to you? Typical Lucas, he doesn't answer me directly. He didn't want you to worry, Eva. He wanted to protect you. I shift on my feet, thinking of Eamon telling Lucas something so private, something he'd usually share only with me. I'd believed that Eamon and I told each other every secret thing. I was wrong. First the hiding place, and now this. I tuck the thought away and gaze back down at the journal. The next 3 entries focus on his training. The pages brim with all sorts of tips.